are the owners of the brand. We all own GD Goenka, and now we all own GD Goenka 2.0. So, how did we start? So, it takes guts to create a brand. We dare, and therefore we are. There was a lot of courage that was required back in 1994 to start a private education brand in India. GD Goenka is not just a school brand. Where do I click? Where do I click? Okay. So GD Goenka is not just a school brand, it's a case study on how education in India evolved. What you see here is not infrastructure alone, it's trust built over decades. I will do this and you can change it from there. So phase 1, creating a brand. In 1992, a need was noticed by Mr. A.K. Goenka that schools only focused on academics, ignoring environment and safety. Harshness was seen as comfort, harshness was seen as discipline, comfort was completely ignored. Mr. A.K. Goenka's belief was simple but radical for its time. What was the belief? School must nurture, never compromise on student well-being. That belief became the foundation of everything that followed. We were the first movers as a group in so many things that schools didn't even think before GD Goenka was started. Thank you. Okay. So as you can see in the images here, these are some ancient images of when I went to school in '94. This is our old uniform. This is what the school looked like. We were very heavy on extracurricular activities. As you can see, the first gym ever in any school in India. We did a lot of firsts. Our vision was a school that provides world-class education which is safe and supportive. In 1990s, GD Goenka created a new story for Indian education, which was comfort plus safety plus academics. So what all did we do? We created trust, we were premium, and we did a lot of firsts. So what were the firsts that we did? Many of the things today that we take for granted, like AC buses, GPS, nannies, gyms, hygiene, residential IB school, were first when we introduced them. The result, a single powerful reputation that our school brand equals trust and premium experience. Parents didn't need convincing because word of mouth did the marketing. So I can safely say now that GD Goenka, redefined the education experience in India. So, what goes into creating a brand? Next slide, please. What goes into creating a brand? Creating massive infrastructure differentiation, number 1. Number 2, unusual forms of advertising in the 90s. You know what we did? We advertised in airlines. There was no social media back then. There was no Instagram. There was no Facebook. How does the whole country know you have this fantastic school? You put it in a magazine in an aeroplane. Nobody did that before. And there was one common talking point. Create an AC, it's an AC school. There was no other school that had an AC before. Yes, it's not something to lead with, but what does it do? It gets everyone talking about your brand name. What else did we do? We cared for all staff, whether it was blue-collared or white-collared. Great care was taken into the needs of each and every staff. And some of our old staff and teachers sitting here from 30 years ago, Anisha ma'am, Lorena ma'am, they can vouch for the story that I'm telling. That how each member of the staff was taken care of. And we had an unusual focus on extracurriculars. Where all schools were focusing on studies, we were saying, no, we need a rounded personality. Let's teach our children horse riding. Let's teach our children. We had the first biotech lab in the country, by the way, in a school. And some of our kids went on to become genetic engineers. So we did a lot of firsts that were not happening. Then came phase 2. Next slide. हमारे वसंत स्कूल के बाहर इतनी लंबी लाइनें लग गई थी, प्राइम मिनिस्टर के ऑफिस से फोन आ रहे थे. These are stories I hear from Major Sharma and Bharti ji. And I was a child back then. I was only 13 years old in school. But इतना सब कुछ हो रहा था तो मिस्टर गोयनका मेरे फादर ने सोचा कि चलो अब ये स्कूल छोटा पड़ रहा है क्योंकि ये साउथ दिल्ली में है. वी डिसाइडेड टू स्केल एंड this school, the school which sits here, our GD Goenka World School, which is an IB school, one of the first international schools in the country with an international board, was born. When we scaled, we also scaled, next slide please, we also scaled not just to this, but we also scaled across the country. And that's wherein, my friends, you all come in. So our 30-year journey concluded for now in 230 plus K-12 schools, preschools, universities, healthcare academies in 20 plus states and 2 lakh students with alumni worldwide. How did this happen? With a simple dream that was taken in '94 to change something and fulfill a basic need that was needed to be fulfilled in infrastructure in the country at that time. I'm going to come to the challenges as well, guys. This is all not just a rosy picture. So next slide, please. So this was our world school, and the next slide. So here's a brief journey of our group since '94 to 2000, 2005. I hope everyone can see the slide. So what was our motto? Standardize the backbone, localize the handshake. So just to give you a little glimpse of where all we are present and what forms GD Goenka. And this is a very, very proud slide for us. We are in 20 plus states and growing. But now coming to the current scenario, education has really changed since 1994 to today, 2010. Parents are more informed, competition is sharper, and expectations are higher. So what did we need? We all realized something was needed. Strong brands don't stay static, they refresh to stay relevant. That's when we realized we need to move from being infrastructure-led to experience-led. And to make that refresh, we needed a very clear mission, vision, and values with consistent identity across all schools. And this pivot was led by Nipun, where we invited and entered phase 3, which is GD Goenka 2.0. So what did we do? We onboarded some of the best professionals in the country, like open brackets and not particle. We got 20 plus leaders from within our group and employees, which included ex-employees, families, CXOs, principals, franchise heads. And we did some deep discovery interviews. They were democratic workshops. We asked each and every stakeholder in our group, what does the group mean to you? And that's from where, so I just want to take you through the process a little bit. Next slide, please. We did a curation of 15 to 20 leaders where the criteria was very, very strict. They were not just the leaders of the school. We included parent voice, we included student voice, we included diversity across tenure and geography, and we included people who would challenge our assumptions about our brand, which were long-held assumptions. We created a team and a budget. The slide before this, please. We created a strict team and budget. It was all done in a